It's a hockey stream on episode 445 of the VIG Lounge, where we're doing part 2 of this doubleheader. This time, the Pittsburgh Penguins travel to Ohio to take on one of their other rivals, maybe not as prominent as the Flyers and Capitals, but in the Columbus Blue Jackets. They do have some really great games among the franchises. So, can the Penguins come away with a win on the road, or will they be simply cannon fodder for the Jackets? Let's find out. But before we do, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. With housekeeping out of the way, let's get it on with the Penguins and Jackets round 2 here on the VIG Lounge. And an early CBJ chant as the Penguins win the opening draw with Crosby. And the story that was Sean Monahan. Crosby with another opportunity off the pad of Merzlikins. Or potentially Greaves, we'll have to see. Crosby gets knocked down. And the Jackets look to carry in. And Marchenko. More like Marchenko with that shot because it didn't hit the net. But Crosby will carry in for the Pens. Stops up on the right wing circle. Gets a shot away. And denied. Now Rust has it. Backhand to the net. Turned aside by the Columbus netminder. Sets up the one-timer with a backhand off the crossbar. And the Penguins look to keep it in, and they will. Rakell with a backhand shot. That's blocked by Werenski. Werenski gives it away. And it looks like the Penguins are going to get a man advantage out of this. As Vorodkov has a bit of stick work on Wotherspoon. And the cross-checking call at 4:50 gives the Penguins a chance to go ahead via the man advantage. Second unit out there with Malkin taking the draw. And the Jackets win it. Malkin, though, knocks Jackets down. Malkin with a chance denied off the pad. Now across to Brunik, he'll let it go. Brazeau, down the wall to Novak, now to Letang. Oh my goodness, he ripped it. Got the crossbar. And that was it. Letang had a glorious opportunity. Puck does get out over the line. And Malkin will regroup. Gets it up to Harrison Brunik. Brunik lets a shot go! And Merzlikins will pounce on that and get the whistle. This is indeed a grudge match. One of the ones that actually makes sense. Nearly 6 minutes gone in this opening frame. Penguins still with a minute of power play time. As the first unit is out there now. Anthony Mantle with a chance denied by Merzlikins. Now Rakell lets it go, and Merzlikins will hang on to that as well. Passing it off. Werenski to Jenner. And Letang said, Gets it across to Brunik. Now up the right wing side as Mantha brings it back in. The Penguins have definitely had some chances. They just haven't solved Merzlikins yet. And nowhere else to go except the Penguin zone here. As this power play that looked so promising in the beginning is running out of time. Rakell lost it, got it back, and Merzlikins made the save. Penguins up to 10 shots already. And the Jackets with a solitary shot so far. Obviously having a power play will help that for Pittsburgh. Gives it away to Brazeau, then takes it back. Malkin. Carrying it into his own zone. Fed up the left side to Malkin. Malkin knocked off the puck, though. And the Jackets look to carry it in. Puck deflects into the Jackets zone, but that's going to be an icing call. As this grudge match is still awaiting its first goal, nearly halfway through this first period. Beautiful defensive play. Malkin caught Mantha in stride, and a pad save by Merzlikins. A large hit on Sillinger. Now Miles Wood. Big boy for the Jackets. Kindle. Up to Carlson. Carlson now shot one and deflected behind the net. McGroarty pops out in front. Kindle with a chance turned aside by the Jackets netminder. Branson, former Penguin. Now, Erik Karlsson carries it in. Flings one, and Merzlikins turned to the side and put the rebound behind the net. Oh, the hit. Shelovs plays it off to the side to Rakell. Shelovs played it to Letang. Now it's up to Brian Rust. Rust to the front, denied by Merzlikins. Monahan. Got it back. That shot deflects wide. Letang gets it up to Rust again. Rust, let it go. Rebound. Score! It's tricky to score a goal unless you are Rickard Rakell. It's tricky. Tricky Ricky. And the Penguins have a 1-0 lead. An initial shot by Rust. Rakell sees the puck, follows the puck, gets a goal, and it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. And they deserve it. Putting up 17 shots already in this first period to a lowly 2 by the Jackets. Pass back. Now Jones gets it up to Kevin Hayes. Hayes with a shot, turned aside by Merzlikins. Brunick with a bomb. Where's the puck? It's in the air, and the Jackets get a hold of it. Caleb Jones with a hit. Free up the puck. And then tried to pass it across and didn't really work. Mantha's got it. He'll carry it in. Get it back to Jones. Across for the one-timer off the pad of Merzlikins. Mantha. Wraparound try. Denied in the final seconds. And the Penguins will take at least a 1-0 lead into the locker room. On the goal, on the rebound from Rickard Rakell. Let's take a look at the rest of the stats. Shots on goal, 21-2 in favor of the Penguins. And the hits, 14-7 in favor of Pittsburgh. That's a little closer. Blue Jackets did win in one area. And that was, of course, the face-off dot. But again, that's not surprising. And the Penguins, 0-for-1 on the man advantage, but they did score pretty shortly after it and generated some spectacular chances. But Merzlikins was the answer for CBJ. Of course, without him, I think this would be a 3-0, 4-0 game at this point. But the Penguins should not feel bad. They should definitely keep up the momentum and try to put more pucks on net, generate some rebound chances, and hopefully get more past Elvis. Elvis can certainly leave the building, in the words of the great Mike Lang. late, great Mike Lang, which is still sad for me to say. But 20 minutes down, 40 minutes to go. Let's see if the Penguins can extend their lead in the second, shall we? And that goal just leaked through Shilovs, and we're tied at 1. Sean Monahan. Shilovs had it, and then didn't. So now this game is tied at 1 in the early stages of the second. So much for extending the lead. Crosby. Try to get that goal back. Now Voronkov to Monahan. Monahan in again. Nice defensive play by Carlson. And he'll turn it up ice to the goal scorer for Pittsburgh, Rakell. Rakell with a shot, and that one was handled by Merzlikins. Penguins struggling to get it into the zone. Regathered, now carried in by Chris Letang. Letang fires, the rebound is there, but it's collected by Voronkov and lifted out. Monahan, who just recently tied this game for Columbus on a bit of a fluky goal, but, you know, you can't blame anybody but Shilovs for that. He should have had it, I think. He more or less did, but then it trickled underneath him. But hey, no shot's a bad shot if it's on the net. Shilovs made up for that with a nice save. Now Brazeau will dump it in. Ducked it along the wall by Mantha. Mantha with a flyby. What a save by Merzlikins. He absolutely was not Merzlikin on that one. My goodness, what a save. Nice defensive play by Brunet. And now Charlie Coyle, the former Bruin and former Colorado Avalanche, as the Jackets try to generate offense from behind the net. Puck's carried in now, though, by Ben Kindle. One-on-one! Got a shot off, but it got blocked, I think, by Severson. And Merzlikins will hang on. Facing already his 25th shot, and we're just barely halfway through this game. See again, we know he's got 24 saves. As we highlight the battle of the Latvians. Who have each surrendered a goal. One, I think, one of them would like back, i.e. the Monahan goal. But the Penguins are looking to try to capitalize on this shot advantage. But they won't do it on that exchange. Chinikov to Fantilli. And what the heck happened there? There we go. Kevin Hayes gets it out finally. Kevin Hayes drifts in, shoots, denied by Merzlikins. I was going to say, how was nobody there? Now Wotherspoon has it. Tried to let a shot go, and it got blocked. And now Kent Johnson knocked off the puck. Penguins are having a really hard time getting the puck out of the zone. Now they will, courtesy of Sidney Crosby. Crosby, a shot turned aside by Merzlikins. And a giveaway to Kevin Hayes. Finds Ryan Shea. And how that pass was missed, I don't know. Rakell beat out the icing, but nothing to show for it. And a shot just off the post on the rebound, generated initially by the shot from Voronkov. Using that big rig zone ability, which a fellow Russian on the Penguins and Evgeny Malkin has as well. Crosby, a shot turned away by Merzlikins. And I don't know how that pass did work, but whatever. Here comes Marchenko. And Jones tried to bring it in. And then offside. 22 seconds left. Here's Chinikov. .22 seconds to go here in this middle frame. And the only goal is off the stick of Sean Monahan. And Brazeau will gain the red line and send it in. Plucked it along the wall for Malkin off the buzzer, but it will not count. Maybe the shot will, I don't know, but I feel like Merzlikins got a piece of it anyway and kept it out. Again, it's very hard to score goals, just like it was in the Golden Knights game. 1-1 after 2. Let's take a look at the shots on goal. 28-6 in favor of the Penguins. They're doing everything but scoring. Hits 27-12. Face-offs dominated by the Jackets, but again, we know. And the only power play was in the first, and the Penguins were not successful on it. But we'll see if they can turn some of these chances into goals. Heavily outshooting the Jackets, but only one goal to show for it so far. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes up. Who's going to win in the third? Let's find out. Crosby wins an opening draw here in the third period. Lost a chance, and Merzlikins holds on. In the early stages of the third period, Elvis has been tested again. And he's not all shook up, I'll give him that. He's not all shook up yet. He's only given up the one goal. And that was on a rebound that he had no chance on. Now the Jackets look to carry it out. Penguins change that. Here comes Rust. Gets around Werenski. Rebound, score! Rakell again! Thank heavens for 67! Penguins lead at 2-1. And that was just a beautiful pass, stretch pass from Carlson. And the rebound, once again, for Rickard Rakell. And the Penguins have themselves a 2-1 lead early in the third on their 31st shot. And Rakell has both Penguins goals. And he's looking for a third, not this time. Rakell will try it again. That shot deflected wide. Wotherspoon. Cross to Carlson. Now up to Rakell. This time Rakell will gain the red line. And Crosby trying to create some space for himself, and he lost the puck. Pass goes all the way down. Marchenko. Beautiful feed across to Mantha. Here comes Mantha. Shoots denied off the pad of Merzlikins. Out to the blue line. Latana drive. And Merzlikins will hang on with 14-12 to go in the third. Pittsburgh has a 2-1 lead as we got the only goal thus far in the first off the stick of Rickard Rakell. Another rebound goal generated by Rust as well. As we take a look at the great saves that Elvis Merzlikins has made for the Jackets. Got to give credit where credit is due. Apparently rocking an .875 save percentage, which isn't good. But he's doing phenomenal in this game. Ooh, I'd love mini donuts. Pass across and down. Now Chinikov. Nice save there by Shilovs. Has not been tested much, but that was a fantastic save. Off the pass across. Backhand to the net, deflected wide. Off the shot by Brazeau. Shea. Knocked it away. And now Malkin will motor with the puck. Into the Jackets zone. Pass across. Oh, and McGroarty just couldn't finish. Puck pops up in the air after a hit as the Penguins' third line look to try to get it back. And they will. It's Ben Kindle. Shot denied! Glove save! Merzlikins definitely read that one. There's Columbus's upcoming schedule, which I have no interest in. 9:51 to go here in the third. Pittsburgh holding on to a 2-1 lead, but they are looking for more. Harrison Brudick with an opportunity. That shot got blocked by big Eric Gabranson. Golden Knights get it back. Up the right side to Connor Dewar. Dewar shoots. Rebound for rebound for Hayes just wouldn't go. I was gonna say Lazat because it looked like I saw 46 for a second, but no, that was big Kevin Hayes. And now the first line has an offensive zone draw, which they most likely won't win. Oh, never mind. Back to Brunick. He lost it. Now Rust has it. Or at least he did. It's down to Crosby. And the Jackets take that pass away. Here's Dante Fabro. Saves Shilovs. Rakell has it behind the net. Got it up to Brunick. Harrison Brunick. Lets it go, and it goes off a jacket and wide. Off Werenski. Marchenko gets balled off the puck. He still got it. Chance denied by Shilovs. Oh, my word. We are seeing some excellent goaltending, from two Latvians in Merzlikins. And when tested, Archie Shilovs. Wotherspoon gets it up to Crosby. Crosby trying to hang on to the puck. He's jostled the entire time. Finds Carlson. He lets it go, and Merzlikins holds on to that. He has not sprung a Merzlik tonight. He's been excellent for the Jackets, as has Shilovs for the Pens. Jackets trying to come away with it. Up the right side to Carlson. Carlson flings one, and Merzlikins will hang on with 1:23 to go. Pittsburgh up to 40 shots, miraculously. Columbus up to 10. But if not for Elvis Merzlikins, this game would be out of hand. as the Penguins have certainly dominated, but Jackets do have one chance. All they need is one, or sorry, they have multiple chances. All they need is one. Because they're only behind by one. Malkin trying to change that as is Mantha on the doorstep. And a "Let's Go Pens" chant breaks out from these fickle fans. Why would you tell me to go back to the point where there's nobody there? Carried in now by Kindle. Kindle with a shot denied as Verslickens throws out to make the save. As Pittsburgh has put up their 42nd shot against Elvis Verslickens. He has been phenomenal, as the only one who's been able to beat him on 2 rebounds was Rickard Rakell. Letang with a drive, and Verslickens has that as well. 14.5 remaining as the Pittsburgh Penguins have a 2-1 lead. It should be more, if not for the spectacular goaltending from Elvis Verslickens. He's given the Jackets a chance, and Agent McGroarty with the empty netter. Rutger McGroarty with his first goal of the year. And it gives the Penguins some much-needed insurance. It's 3-1. I like that, too. I know I do the Green Day parody of Minority, but I like Agent McGroarty, too. It's good to have it in case he scores more than 1 goal. So I was waiting to try that out. I got a chance to, so that's good. 2.7 to go here in the third as the Penguins win that last draw, get it into the zone. Kindle takes a tumble, but the Penguins do not stumble and come away with a 3-1 win. 2 goals from Rickard Rakell. An empty netter seals it from Rutger McGroarty. And the Penguins continue to march on as they defeat their rival in the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-1 in Ohio. In Ohio, Ohio. If you know, you know. If you don't know, shout out to the late, great Eric Wonder and his band, Man's Gin. Excellent, dark, atmospheric folk rock. He's also frontman of the incredibly fantastic band Cobalt, if that is your thing, which it is mine. That's why I'm bringing it up. Either way, here I am talking about bands when I'm at the end of a stream, so let's take a look at the rest of the stats. Again, score 3-1 for the Pens. Outshoot the Jackets 44-10. Hits 34-22, a little closer, but dominated by the Pens. Speaking of domination, face-offs 14-7 in favor of the Jackets, but we're not surprised. Still, the only penalty was on the Jackets. Penguins couldn't capitalize, though. But they do get 3 goals at even strength, including an empty netter, and come away with a huge 2 points. Thank you all for tuning into this doubleheader of the VIG Lounge. I have been the Visually Impaired Gamer 1987. I will not be streaming tomorrow as I've got work and then 2 back-to-back hockey games to check out. Golden Knights taking on the Montreal Canadiens. And, of course, this game, Jackets and Penguins. So I bid you adieu, but I will be back on Saturday. And until next time, have yourselves a terrific Thursday, everybody. And once more, happy Thanksgiving to my viewers from my neighbor down south. And have a great one, everybody.